Senator Reynolds.
Thank you very much, Mr President. My question is to the Minister for Communications, Senator Fifield. Can the Minister update the Senate on the continued progress of the NBN rollout and the time-saving benefits of the Coalition's multi-technology mix?
The Minister for Communications, Senator Fifield.
Thanks, Mr President, and thank you, Senator Reynolds, for your important question. Mr President, I'm very pleased to be able to advise the chamber that the rollout of the NBN is powering ahead under the coalition. In just 2 years, we've seen a dramatic turnaround at NBN. Today we have 1.4 million premises now able to order a service and over 600,000 paying customers. And with the multi-technology rollout mix that Senator Reynolds referred to, NBN has been able to release a detailed 3-year rollout plan that will see more than 9 million homes and businesses across Australia.
You launched every single connection. Order. Senator Cormann and Senator Conroy. If you want to have this discussion, go outside. Order. Senator Fifield, you have the call.
Thanks, Mr President. If I have a word of advice for Senator Conroy, it would be just let go. Just let go. Mr President, as I was saying, the 3-year construction plan released by NBN will see more than 9 million homes and businesses across Australia within the NBN footprint by 2018. This is, as you would probably know, Mr President, in stark contrast to what was achieved by those opposite. In 2013, NBN had only managed to connect 50,000 users since the start of construction in 2011, and rollout targets were being continually set, missed, reset, revised downwards and then missed again. That was the pattern. The need and the benefits of the multi-technology mix approach are clear, Mr President. By using existing infrastructure, NBN can be in a position to complete the network by 2020 and at much, much less cost.
Thank you, Minister. Senator Reynolds, supplementary question.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr President. Will the Minister advise the Senate how NBN Co's financial results for the first quarter of the 2016 financial year, which were released today, compare to the performance of the company under the previous government?
Minister.
Mr President, it's a big contrast. NBN did release their results for the first quarter of 2016 today, which show that the company is making good progress in construction, network connections and revenue. Compared to a year ago, the number of homes ready for service have almost doubled to more than 1.38 million. The trend is in line with the company's corporate plan target that's aiming to double the rollout footprint each year over the next 3 years. The number of active users on the NBN network has also increased by nearly 130% versus the same quarter last year to reach over 600,000 premises to date. And revenue is also positive for NBN. The earnings from the previous quarter reached 71 million, an increase of more than 150% when compared to the same quarter last year. This does reflect the steady progress that the company is making, and I've got to say it's good news that for the first time in NBN's history, targets are being met.
Thank you, Minister. Senator Reynolds, final supplementary question.
Thank you, Mr President. Can the Minister also inform the Senate if there are any threats to delivering the NBN to Australians sooner and at less cost to taxpayers?
Minister.
Well, Mr President, there is a threat from someone opposite who just won't let go, but we're going to ignore that threat, Mr President, and just get on with the job of building the NBN. Today's results are in stark contrast to those that the other side presided over. As Professor Henry Ergas observed today in his very good column in the Australian newspaper. In his very good column in the Australian newspaper, by the time the coalition took office, NBN Co's revenues by the time the coalition took office were 91% short of the 2013 corporate plan objective. The company under those opposite didn't even know how much it cost to connect a premises. Mr President, no wonder the Australian Financial Review referred to Senator Conroy's approach as an expensive joke.
Thank you, Minister. The time for answering the question has expired.